Good morning, friends, and welcome to my garden. It's pretty messy and needs a lot of work this year. My husband's adding some amenities to the soil, and we're also redoing the fence that goes around the garden, and that's because we do live out in the country, and that's going to protect us from the deer. And I also need to paint my planter beds. They're looking pretty bad this year. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about painting my planters until later. We're going to get our garden planted today, and my husband was kind of working on the fence after rototilling for me, and he was rototilling in another area outside the garden as well. I'll show you that in a bit. But yeah, I'm just smoothing out everything and getting ready to plant raspberries in that planter. So I actually have two raspberry plants right now. One is Black Cap, which is a black raspberry, and one is a red. And we bought a yellow and a Marionberry and another red. And my husband is gonna build me a fence, like trellis, for them to climb later. So my husband is one of those people that loves artichokes. Actually, I don't really know anyone who doesn't, but we had one die last year, so I'm planting a new one to replace that, and I'm just going to put it near the other one that we already have. So our garden soil and our planters is topsoil mixed with soil we already had and some sand and chicken manure. Okay, this is going to be for my peas, and you can't really tell, but it's kind of in a T shape because I have two different varieties that I'm planting. I just wanted to add the wood frame on that. That used to be a gate to our duck house. It's perfect for our peas though, so I love it. I'm really excited about this for a trellis for my peas.
There you go.
Love it.
Should be stable enough for peas.
Okay, I've got peas planted on both sides of that, and then another variety in front of the front half of the T, and I'm just going to water them in. Okay, I have these hybrid zucchini that I want to try out. I'm not really big on hybrid anything. I do have a variety of old garden seeds from Cherokee Nation. I know most of you probably can't tell, but I am Cherokee and a member of the tribe, a recognized member. So yeah, we're able to get certain seeds. Okay, so here I've planted my cabbage in front of the raspberries, and I haven't planted anything behind. I do have room there. Raspberries aren't that picky with companion plants, although they really prefer leeks, onions, chamomile actually, and nasturtium, anything in the onion family, chives. So I water everything in, and I'm planting some marigolds in front of my cabbage, and they're small marigolds. Cabbage actually prefer herbs, but they don't like basil or beans or tomatoes. So, but the marigolds are going to protect them from above ground pests and below ground pests. Okay, just real quick now, if you guys are interested in a video with what to plant, how to get the most out of your crop, and companion planting, what goes well, what doesn't with certain plants, and the benefits of them, what they do, let me know. Okay, so my husband is rototilling on the outside of the garden gate, and it's in between fences, and it's kind of a there's wisteria growing on both sides, so it's kind of a tunnel of wisteria. And we used to grow pumpkins in there. They grow great. Not sure what we're going to put in there this year, but this is an overview. I've got Lady Eubank roses, butterfly bush. There's my neighbor. More Lady Eubank roses. Those are only about 4 years old, and I've had to trim them so many times if you're looking for a really fast growing rose, but it only blooms once in the early spring. So here's my raspberries and cabbage, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna put behind that. Like I said, I've got some peppers, my 2 different kinds of peas with marigolds. I sprinkle marigolds throughout all of my planter beds. That's that hybrid zucchini. And I've got some cucumbers planted there. I need to find a place for that dwarf raspberry. So I've got lettuce in here and some more zucchini and some jalapenos and green peppers, my artichokes. Now on each of the arbors I have, or at the base of each one, I've got different kinds of beans. I've got Kentucky Wonder, asparagus beans, scarlet runner beans, Cherokee pole beans, and this is my strawberry patch. And like I said, I've got beans planted at the base here on both sides, and those are sweet peas. And in here I also have a little bit of leeks. I think I'm gonna move those. And my tomatoes, I've got Early Girl, beefsteak, and of course my marigolds and 2 different kinds of cherry tomatoes. My chickens actually love those. And there's my asparagus patch, which I've just planted this year. I'm excited about that. And this is my kind of flower planter, I guess. And I do have herbs in here. I've got lavender, I've got peonies and pansies and roses and 2 blueberry bushes and some fennel in here, and a few lilies scattered throughout. But yeah, just a couple different kinds of lavender, a couple of different columbine. But yeah, I think I need to clear this planter out, and the fennel doesn't like to be touched, but I think I want to move the blueberries. I have a couple different blueberry bushes elsewhere in my yard, so I kind of want to put them all together. And the Lady Eubank roses there, and the wisteria. So my chickens, one of their yards is right on the other side of the garden, and in the fall I let them, there's another gate that I could let them in the garden to have their way with the fall produce. And I have daylilies planted all around on the outside of the garden fence as well, which gives extra color. And you can see it's all rototilled up nice. Not sure what we're gonna plant there, like I said. We're also gonna be filling all of this in with some sort of rock or something that's easier to walk on, so there's less mowing. My arbors are nice when they're full and covered with beans, and they're easy to pick that way. Okay, so these are the new plants that I've just planted, and this is down in the shade garden. This area actually gets a little bit of sun. I'd say 4 or 5 hours of sun a day. I've got Spanish lavender, roses, potato vine, and this is a yellow climbing rose, clematis, some pansies. I have gladiolas and some irises, some Jacob's ladder, and just other random plants in here that I think will look really nice once it's grown up around this fence area. I still have more planting to do. I've got a climbing hydrangea there, another rose, and just some random plants. This is on the back side of it that's going to be pretty much shady all day, and really not sure. I want to find some sort of climbing rose for in there as well. And my hosta in my shade garden is getting a lot bigger. They'll continue to get bigger as the summer goes on. You really won't be able to see the ground. It's pretty messy in here from our construction going on. That is a beautiful hydrangea, bright blue in the summer. And you can see that hydrangea, or that hosta is filling out already. You can't really see my cherub under there anymore. And I just put that there not very long ago. So it's filling out nice. And yeah, like I said, the hosta, it really fills out. It's just getting started. And this is actually a beautiful area in the summer. So that window you see behind the tree there, that's my kitchen window. So I have a beautiful view of my shade garden, and that hosta gets so big you can't even see the ground underneath it in the summer. It's beautiful. I do have more planting to do, and this leads over, and I'm also straightening out the rocks that kind of define the edge, and I need to finish doing that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for joining me today. I hope to see you again. Bye-bye for now.